Today we're talking about the 5 ways the INFJ beats loneliness once and for all. Being alone is something that comes natural to the INFJ. We love to spend time in our own space on our own to do the things that we want. But what nobody likes is to feel lonely. What nobody feels comfortable with is to feel that loneliness, that disconnectedness from other people, and feeling like something is missing. But the thing is this, it doesn't have to be like this. I see so many INFJs that go through life and believe, well, it has always been this way, so it will stay this way. And from time to time, I hope there's this one person who might see what I have to offer. But the hope for that gets smaller and smaller. But the truth lies somewhere else. It starts from a place where you, as an INFJ, connect with people from the person that you truly are. And we keep that part so often hidden because we've been taught all our life there's something wrong with it. We have been conditioned to hide who we are in order to get along, and it will always make us feel disconnected and lonely. So today I really want to look at the 5 ways how you can beat this once and for all, because I've experienced both. And the solution for this looks differently than what most INFJs think it looks like. Before we get started, I want to remind you, if you haven't done this so far, to download the free poster on the INFJ Epic Life formula. And if you want to take it to the next level, then get the INFJ Epic Life audio guide. It's your time to start living your INFJ Epic Life. Everything you need to know, you can find in the links in the description. Number 1, choose authenticity always. So we as INFJs, we believe we're real. We believe we're vulnerable. We're being so kind to other people. We're not putting up this facade in order to boost our ego and make ourselves feel like we're something that we're not. But we're neglecting the fact that we're still hiding parts of us because we ourselves are ashamed of who we are. We've been taught this way, we've been conditioned this way. And it's actually this step forward that will make all the difference. It's about saying, there are parts of me that I keep hidden so often and that I minimize because I know people can't handle them. Bring them forward. The things that you're afraid of, those are the things that we have to, put on display. Because yes, the people that you're thinking of that are around you that won't be able to handle it, they probably won't. They will probably look at you and say, yeah, that person is weird. Like, I thought they were weird before. Now they're completely crazy. I'm going out of my way. But you deserve so much more than to just be accepted and tolerated somehow. But it can only start when you say, I'd rather be disliked by absolutely everybody in the world, but I'm not going to pretend to be somebody that I'm not. Because every single time you put up a facade, every single time somebody sort of likes you for the role that you're playing, you'll always feel disconnected because you feel, I'm giving so much to the other person and I still feel alone. You feel alone because that person actually doesn't know anything about you. They're not connecting with the real you. So often we feel like we have these deep connections with people or we're doing so much for other people, but those connections are based on what we know about that person, how we immerse ourselves into their world. But in order for you to feel connected, people have to connect with your authentic self. They have to be added to your world. So before you start thinking about if some people are going to like you and others are not, it has to start with you doing things that make you proud of you. Where you think of, oh, that's a cool person. That's somebody that I'm proud of. And those are small steps. Those are daily steps. And every single time you take a step like this towards yourself, where you say, I'm going to be more weird than what I usually am, because that's actually who I really am. I'm going to talk the way I talk, and people are going to think, oh, that person is totally weird. And I'm going to do it so much that I don't even see that there's another choice. I remember specifically when I started doing this, how many people really looked at me and were like, okay, and left. Those are not the people in your life. Those were people who were around you because they thought that you're normal. You are not normal. You're something special. And I don't even mean it in a way of, oh, INFJs are special beings. I mean, every single person on this earth has their unique way about them. And if you are this bland version of yourself that people are going to accept, you're always going to feel disconnected. You're always going to feel alone. So before all of that, you have to start connecting with you. Stop hollowing yourself out and focusing on other people. Start focusing on you. What will make you proud of yourself? What will make tomorrow better for you from your perspective? What is the music you like? What do you want to achieve in the next year? I promise you, through that process, you will learn what is not up for debate for you. And then before you know it, you actually will have the energy to connect people into your world who are able to see those parts of you that you're not hiding anymore. People see you through their perspective one way or another, right? Nobody will ever see you the way you see yourself, positively or negatively, right? We see the world the way we are, and that goes for everybody. But when you are hiding parts of you and you are not giving people the opportunity to like you because of those traits or despite of them, you're going to feel like there's no real connection because you're not really showing yourself to people. So that's the first step, that you say, I'm going to be authentic always. Right? There's situations where it's not appropriate to be all you. Okay. But there are aspects of you that you're not going to hide anymore. You're not going to dim your light. You're not going to put yourself second. You're going to make sure that you start valuing your life. And it all starts with you taking action towards bettering your life on your terms and being as open about who you are as you possibly can at that moment. Number 2, learn how to feel good alone. So this really comes from this process of find out what makes you happy. So often if people ask us, okay, what movie do you want to watch? We're like, whatever you want to watch. You drive in a car with somebody. Let's put on the song that they like. So this is, a simple example, but this goes for everything. So often we, attach ourselves to certain people or certain situations or certain paths because we don't even know what we like. And it's time to discover that. How can you feel good by yourself? Of course, it's not going to be all there is. But if you're not able to make yourself happy, to make yourself feel connected with yourself, nobody can add to that. It has to start with you. So figure out what kind of music gets you excited about today. What kind of actions will make you proud of yourself? What kind of steps will make you feel like you're growing in the right direction? Start anchoring in the person you want to be, start anchoring in the life you want to be, and learn how to be happy on your own. This has to be a vital step in this entire process before you can build on it. Number 3, start expressing yourself and start sharing your gift. This is all about sharing what you are, how you think, how you see the world, how you talk about things, and stop keeping it to yourself. People cannot connect with you if they don't have anything to connect to. That's just the way it is. We have such a deep inner life. We have so many interesting thoughts. We have so many interesting ways of looking at things, and we're not sharing them. It can be through social media, but it doesn't have to. You can go and, be part of a philanthropy. You can go and start helping people, but it has to be based on what your gift is and how you want to add to the world. So what you're doing is you're saying, I'm part of this entire universe. I'm part of something greater than me, and I want to contribute. And the way I contribute is not by pretending to be somebody that I'm not. This is uniquely me, and I am a gift to the world. Does that make you feel uncomfortable saying I am a gift to the world? Every single one of us is a gift to the world if we're able to give out of who we really are. And that's not about, I'm going to do everything kind for that person. I'm going to neglect myself and I'm going to shine a light on them. It's about saying there are parts of me that are part of this entire package that are not debatable, and whatever I share with the world, I want to expand the world around me, invite people in, and it's all about my energy. Your energy, your unique energy is the gift, and we have to start valuing that. If we're not valuing that, nobody will. And you have something to say, you have something to give. Find a way to express it. Again, it doesn't have to be social media. If it's something that you want to do, use that, but it can also be through every single conversation you're having during the day. Share the world the way you see it. Don't think about, oh, people are going to think I'm weird, they're not going to accept it. Well, there are going to be people who will see it and who will be okay with it. And other people who are not okay with it will go out of your way. Your entire life will shift. You'll get into new situations. You will meet new kinds of people. But that can't happen if you keep who you are to yourself. You have to share it with the world. Number 4, connect with people through that gift. It's one thing to connect with people when you're hollowing yourself out, you put all your energy into who they are, you make their life better, and you attach yourself to them, you absorb their energy. That's not sharing through your gift. Sharing through your gift is to say, I expand myself as much as possible. My world starts with me, right? Your world starts with you, but my world starts with me. And through that, I connect with people. I am as authentically as I possibly can. I bring out the things that other people will judge as much as I possibly can. I challenge myself to continuously grow in that aspect. And through that, I connect with people. And again, mostly if you haven't started this process, it will seem like nobody will want to connect with you in this. Why is that? Well, because up until this point, subconsciously you believe the way you are is wrong. And if you believe subconsciously that the way you are is wrong, you are going to surround yourself with people who also think that. So all the people who would think you're not only okay, you're great, have no connection to you at all, because you connect with people who have similar views of the world as you do. You know, even if people have completely different mindsets and understandings, there's still some kind of level that you connect on. And so when you change, when you become more you outwardly, you give people the opportunity to connect with you. If you start valuing yourself and the things you like, you are naturally going to be drawn to situations where there are people with similar interests. You're not going to hide those parts. You actually are going to embrace them and cherish them. And that's when you meet people who also see that as something good, who want to embrace that as well. And that's when you start feeling connected. And step number 5, you stop walking on eggshells. This is one of those things that we just have to learn. It is a step-by-step process. It doesn't happen overnight. You can take as small as steps as you feel comfortable, but please keep going. So if you can't, fly, walk. If you can't walk, crawl, but don't stop doing it. We cannot walk on eggshells. Every single time we're walking on eggshells, we're saying, my well-being is less important than yours. Because yes, we're trying to be okay in a situation. We're trying not to trigger another person because that's not going to be good for our well-being either. But we're saying, I'm okay with this level. And you're not really okay with this level. You can have so much more. You have to make people understand. They're either going to respect the way you are and what your boundaries are, or they have no place in your life. In most cases, we do have the power to do this, right? We're not talking about some hostage situation or some dictatorships or anything like this. In most cases, when we're walking on eggshells, it's because we psychologically think we have to. It might be with relatives, it might be with friends, it might be with coworkers, situations where if you rationally think about it, you don't have to do this. And so even if that feels hard for you, take it step by step. Take a step that makes you uncomfortable, but that takes you out of your comfort zone. Every single step you take will require energy out of you. I understand that. But long term, it will be easier than ever before because nothing drains you as much as having to walk on eggshells all the time. If you say every single person who wants to connect with me has to obey by those rules, things shift. And we're afraid of taking those steps because we believe, okay, the way I am, if I'm even walking on those eggshells, there's at least a chance people will tolerate me. And we do this because of this deep fear of abandonment and, feeling alone. But we have to take those steps. That's why I'm saying don't overwhelm yourself. Just take small steps, but continuously. Lean into those uncomfortable situations. You deserve so much more, and you have the power to make that change. I've not only experienced this change myself, I've seen, so many INFJs go through this as well. People that I've worked with one-on-one, people that are in boot camp. So I know that every single INFJ is able to do that. It might take longer, it might be more difficult. Some of us have experienced, really traumatic stuff. And I encourage you, get a therapist, like do something that is good for you to help that process. But the 5 steps that we talked about today, they're a must have. There's something that we have to do, and we have to put them on our vision board. We have to make them, our commitments if you want to. Those things have to be something that we hold on to. We have to be authentic. We have to connect with the world the way we are and not the way we think other people want us to be. So all of those steps together will help you to finally feel connected and to never ever feel alone again. You deserve it, and you have everything you need in order to make that happen. Remember, if you want some more guidelines and some more help how to get that process started, then check out the INFJ Epic Life Formula poster. And if you want to take it to the next level, you can get the INFJ Epic Life audio guide today. Everything you need to know you can find in the links in the description. And if you want to watch another video now that is in alignment with today's topic, then watch the video of the 5 ways the INFJ glows up during hermit mode.